Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we have studied how to subtract binary numbers using ones and twos complement. In today's lecture, we will study how to add and subtract hexadecimal and octal numbers directly without converting them into binary equivalent. So here we go with the hexadecimal addition. For hexadecimal addition, first rule is we have to start adding from the right side as usual, which we follow in all the types of addition. Second is add two hex digits by working with their decimal equivalents. As we know that hexadecimal digits contain also alphabets from A to F, which corresponds to numbers from 10 to 15. So that is why we are converting that hex digit into decimal equivalents, because for calculation purpose we don't add any alphabets into the numbers. Now third rule is if the decimal sum is less than 16, write down the hex equivalent. If the sum of the first digits which you have start adding is less, you will get their sum less than 16, you have to write down its hex equivalent. But if the decimal sum is 16 or more, then you have to subtract that 16 from the sum, and resultant will be the addition of that two bits. So these 2 points can be understood by taking a reference of a decimal number system. So here we go with an example. So let us suppose we have to add two numbers like 79 plus 46. So let us suppose these are the decimal numbers. Now 9 plus 6 will give you 15. Now we will write 5 here and 1 here, but how it comes? 9 plus 6, it is 15. 15. Now how this 5 only comes here? We are subtracting 10, base of the decimal number system, from this sum. So that is why we are getting 5, and this 5 is written here, and this 10 will goes as a sum, as a carry to the next column. So now in the next column, 7 plus 1 plus 4, we will get 7 plus 1, 8, 4, 12. Again 12. Now again this 12 is greater than the base of this decimal number system, which is 10. So we have to subtract 10 from this sum. So we will get 2. Now again we will write 2 here, and this 10 will goes as carry to the next column, but as here there is no digits in the next column, so 1 will remain as it is. So answer for 79 plus 46 comes out to be 125. Now same logic will follows in the hexadecimal addition. Like we will do this by taking an example. Now the example is 7f plus ba. Now when we will add 7f plus ba, now here it is 7f plus ba. Now f corresponds to 15. Now we will do here 7f plus ba. Now one method is you can convert it into binary equivalent, like equivalent of 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1, 4-bit equivalent, because these are the hexadecimal numbers. And for f we will write 1, 1, 1, 1. For b we will write 1, 0, 1, 1. For b we will write 1, 0, 1, 1, and for a we will write 1, 0, 1, 0. So again its sum is 1, 1, 1, sum bit is 0, 1 carry, 1, 1, 0, 1 triple 1, means sum bit will be 1, carry 1, triple 1, sum bit will be 1, carry 1, again sum bit will be 1, carry 1, 1, 1, 0, and it will be 1, again 0, and 1 carry more, so it will be written here. So when we will make pair of 4, so we will get 1 as it is, because we can add 3, 0 here, so it will be 1, 3, and this is nothing but 9. So sum of this will be 9 in hex. So let us see how we can do this addition directly. Now here what is, we have to add f plus a. Now what is f in decimal equivalent? 15. A corresponds to 10, or it comes out to be 25. So 25 is nowhere in the hexadecimal number system. We have only 0 to 9 digits and A to F. So we are getting here some more than the base, which is 16. So what we will do, we will subtract that base from this 25. So when we subtract this base, we will get 9 here. So this 9 is written here, and this 16 will goes as a carry to the next column. So here we will have a carry 1. So now in the next column we have to add 1 plus 7, it is 8, and then B. What B tells us? It is 11. So 11 plus 8, it is 19. So again 19, which is greater than the base. So we have to again subtract 16. That means its difference is 3. So this 3 is written here, and this 16 will goes as a carry to the next column. As in the next column there are no digits, so we'll get 1. So here you can see we can also add directly the hex numbers by following the previous method of addition of the decimal numbers. Now next is hexadecimal subtraction. Now hexadecimal subtraction will also start from the right side, and we have to subtract decimal equivalent of the hex digits, because we can't add or subtract any alphabet. If borrow is needed, then subtract 1 from the next MSB and add 16 to the digit borrowed to. Now this is same as we do in the decimal number system. So we will take one example of decimal number system, in which we will subtract a bigger number from the smaller one. Like we have to subtract, let us suppose 46 from 73. Now in this case what we have to do, we will take borrow from 7, so it becomes 13. Now how it becomes 13? We are taking 1 borrow, but we are adding the base of the number system to this 3. That means then we are adding 3 plus 10, it will gives you 13. Now from this 13 we will subtract 6 and we will get 7, and it will become 6. We will get one. We will get 6 here because we have taken 1 borrow from here. So 6 minus 4, it will becomes 27. So this is how we proceed in the decimal number system. So same process will be applicable for the hexadecimal subtraction. Now we will understand this by subtracting these two numbers. Subtract hex number 7a from C0. Now 7a can be subtracted from C0 like this, 7a. Now 0 is less than a, so we have to take 1 borrow from C. So if we take 1 borrow from C, this C becomes B, and this 0 becomes 16 because we will add base of this number system. Now this a will be subtracted from this 16. Now what is a? What a is nothing but 10. So difference is 6. So we will get 6 here. Now this C becomes B because we have taken 1 borrow. Now B is nothing but it is 11. So 11 minus 7. 11 minus 7 will give you 4. So answer is 46. You can also justify it or verify it by directly converting it into a binary equivalent and then subtracting. So here is how we can perform subtraction of hex numbers. But what if you have to subtract a bigger hex number from a smaller one? So that can be performed using complement method, which we will do in our next lecture. Now, but in this lecture we will further do octal addition, and the rules for octal addition is same as that for the hex one. So we will just do it through example. So likewise we have to add two octal numbers 54 and 47. Now let us suppose we have to add 54 and 47. Now these are octal numbers. Remember that these are not decimal ones. So we have to follow the same rules as we have done in the hexadecimal addition. So we are adding these numbers. 7 plus 4. Now 7 plus 4 give you 11. But there is no number 11 which exists in the octal representation. So we will subtract base from this sum. So here it is 11 minus 8 is 3. So we'll write 3 here, and 1 this base which is 8 will goes as 1 carry to the next column. So it is 5 plus 1 plus 4, it will give you 10. Now 10 is again more than 8. So we will again subtract 8 from this 10. So we will get 2 here. So 2 is here, and this 8 will goes as a carry to the next column. So here, as there is no digit further, so answer is 123 in octal numbers. So we can verify it by taking its 3-bit equivalent. So 3-bit equivalent of 5 is 101. For 4 it is 100, and for 4 again 100, and for 7 it is 111. So let us see what is the result. It is 1 1. We have to add this 1 1 1 1 0 sum bit, carry bit 1 1 1 0 sum bit, carry bit is 1, and again 1 1 1 0 and 1 again. So we have to make pairs from this side, 3-bit pair. So we can add 0 here. So you can see answer is 1. This corresponds to 2, and this number corresponds to 3. So answer is same. So here it is verified. So now this method is also explained here. So next is octal subtraction. Again, rules for octal subtraction is also based on the hexadecimal as well as the decimal subtraction. But only for when the number, we have to subtract a lesser number from the bigger one. But if we want to subtract a bigger number from the smaller one, so for that we have to follow a complement method. So here we will do this example. In this we have to subtract 46 from 73. So let us see how it proceeds. 46 from 73. Now here you can see that starting from the right hand side we have to subtract 6 from 3. Now when we are subtracting 6 from 3, we have to take one borrow from this 7. Now while taking this borrow, this 3 borrow will take borrow 1, but it will add 8 to this number. So 8 plus 3, it will give you 11. Now from this 11, this 6 will be subtracted. So you will get 5 here. So now as we have taken one borrow, 6 remains here. So 6 minus 4, it will give you 2. So here is the answer. So you can also verify it by taking its binary equivalent. So let us see 7, and here it is 3, and 4. For 4 here is the 3-bit equivalent, and for 6 here it is. So we have to subtract. So it will be 1 minus 1 0. Now for this you have to take one borrow. So 1 0 minus 1, it is 1. So here it is 1 minus 0 1 minus 1 0. So we will make 3-bit pair. So here it is 2, and it is nothing but 5. So you can verify that your answer is same and verified with the both questions. Now but if we have to subtract a bigger number from the smaller one, for that whether it exists in octal or hexadecimal or decimal or binary, we have to follow the complement method, which we have studied previously for the binary number system. It is also applicable for octal as well as for the decimal number system. So in the next lecture we will proceed with that.